give me one of your best Michael Jordan stories. Whether it was from practice, a game, something for you. I know how fiery he was, in practice, but give me one that probably people don't know.
Yeah, it's so many stories, and I always try to respect privacy. So, the privacy of the things that I was able to share with him, just like he was just so impactful. But the thing that I always remembered from him, and that he always encouraged me, and I'm sure others, is to never, ever lose your confidence. Ever. And one of the one of the most impressive things with him, and I saw him do some incredible things. But I remember one night we were playing, and the story. I think the story was even in the Last Dance, where he had just an awful game versus the Washington Bullets, and I think he missed like 18, 19 shots in a row. I was just so impressed with his confidence, Jimmy, that he didn't hesitate. When like Jimmy,
the 20th shot came around, he was
and Jimmy, you know how it is. You miss 5 in a row. You like,
right.
Man, I gotta get to the free throw line. I gotta take a good shot.
Right.
Okay, the confidence that this man had, Jimmy, was beyond. Okay, and I listen, I'm going to tell you this. And I remember after the plane, and you know how it is, Jimmy, you try to maintain whether, you had a good game, bad game, whatever. But this particular game, after the game, he wasn't happy at all. And he was, normally he's bubbly, he's playing cards, he's this, whatever. He's being MJ. But this night, he was just sitting in the back. So I thought, hey, let me just go check on this guy. And I just said, hey, man, how you doing? You all right? You good? Just checking on you. He was in the back. Everybody else is whatever, doing what they do. And he was like, yeah, I'm good. And I remember he told me, he said, whatever that kid had in the first half, I'm going to have that in the first half.
Whatever that kid did.
Whatever that kid did the game, whatever that kid did in the first game, I'm going to have that in the first half. But the confidence to say that, Jimmy, was like, man, I just watched you miss 19 shots in a row. Like,
right.
It was just the confidence was there. You know what I mean? Like, you can't coach that. You can't duplicate that. Either you have that or not. He's always been my favorite because of his confidence. Like, I've never seen someone with this level of confidence, this level of focus. It's one thing to talk it, but it's another thing to go out there every night and do it because you're playing against the very best players in the world. I was so impressed with the 20th shot when he finally made a shot because I remember what he said. He was like, okay, B, I'm good now. He made the 20th shot and he was like, okay, I'm good now. Let's go. And I was like, what game is he watching? Like, I'm looking around like this, like, what game did he say? Like, man, you just missed the last 19 shots. And he was like, okay, I got it now. But
that's like you can't leave the court without making your last shot.
Yeah, exactly. But it was just that level of confidence that I was like, okay, we go out there, everybody's shooting thousands of shots a day. So this man had a confidence that was just beyond. And he wasn't talking it. He believed it. He believed in himself. He believed in the work he had put in. But more importantly, he just had a self-awareness that you can't imagine. And that's what I admired most about him. And even when you talk to him today, he still has that level of confidence. And it's the funniest thing because now we're all old, but he still has the confidence that he had as a young man. And that is what I give to this generation. Never lose confidence in yourself by the work you put in. And I saw someone do it. You can't fake that. You can't fake the hard work. And you know what? You always find out who you really are when things aren't going right. And I saw a man miss his first 18 or 19 shots. And that was, and to me, I would have changed something about my game. You know, I would have changed something. But him, he's like, I got it.
I'm good.
Like, this is what I do. And I was like, you know what? Hey, I threw it to him. I just wanted to see it. I was like, okay, let me just see what this guy's going to do, you know? And as you know, the story goes, then he went into Washington the next night. But I just remember the missed shots. I just remember that it was clear to me because I was trying to get him going. You know, we need you to win. And it just wasn't there that night. But you couldn't tell him he wasn't there. He still believed it. And, you know, just...
rest in history, bro.
Oh, yeah, it was classic. I mean, I was in shock. I was just like, let me see how many he's going to miss before he finally says, I got to do something different. It just never registered. It didn't register. I was like, man, where do I get that type of confidence from?
Check out new episodes of The Jim Jackson Show every Thursday. Watch on The Rich Eisen Show YouTube page. Follow the show on Instagram @Jim Jackson Show, or listen wherever you get your podcasts.